As we continue to follow all of our weather alerts, WRAL Weather Alert days start with that, but then the flash flood warnings that are out there covering such a big part of our viewing area, and the area just grew a little bit. It's kind of shifting a little bit to our northeast. Elizabeth Gardner over the WRAL Severe Weather Center getting the very latest notes together, Elizabeth.
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening. We're getting reports in just one after the other of issues that are coming up due to flooding. So we're going to continue to see some rain on and off. Some of that's going to be heavy. Flooding is likely to continue. We have a flash flood warning in effect for Wake County, but as we get through the afternoon, we may see more in different parts of the viewing area as the rain continues. We're looking at the potential for flooding across most of central North Carolina, and it's likely to shift by the time we get to the afternoon into some of our eastern counties. This area where it's covered in the green almost circle, or at least outlined in green, Cary, Apex, this is where we've seen most of the flooding so far, but we're beginning to get some reports of flooding in some other areas as well. We've seen this pocket of very heavy rain here in western Wake County, as much as 4.5 to almost 5 inches of rain, but we've just gotten a report of a water rescue at Wade Avenue and Fillmore. That's going to be very close to the Ridgewood Shopping Center, if you know where that is. And so starting to see some impacts in some other parts of Wake County. I'm wondering if we won't start to see some flooding here around Wendell and Knightdale. We've been seeing some very heavy rain showing up there. That is outside of the flash flood warning. Now, this flash flood warning lasts until 3 o'clock, so we could continue to see a lot of heavy rain here for a while. As a matter of fact, looking back to the west, I see we just have a new warning there for Pittsboro westward. So we've seen a lot of heavy rain there across parts of Chatham County, and so Chatham County is under a warning now as well. Holly Springs, Fuquay Varina seeing some very heavy rain, and all of this is going to continue to push to the east. We'll widen out the view again. You can see, I guess, all the way down toward Lee County and parts of Warren County, where we have that next warning in effect. So this is going to be a pretty serious issue. The Weather Service is talking about considerable damage possible with all the rainfall that we're seeing, just seeing so much of it. We'll take a look here. Almost 5 inches here in western Wake County, about 2 inches in Nash County, about 1 inch in Lewisburg, 3.5 to almost 4 inches up near the Virginia line. Meteorologist Kat Campbell has been out there, and we're going to actually take a quick look at the rainfall that we saw from Chantal. 4 to 8 inches here in the western part of the viewing area. We did have a lot of issues there around Durham and in Chapel Hill. Now, Chapel Hill saw 8 to 12 inches. We're not likely to see anything like that, but we're definitely starting to see 4 to 5 to 6 inches beginning to pile up. Here's where the storm tracker is right now between Davis Drive and Cary Parkway. Meteorologist Kat Campbell is there, and you're near Prestonwood Golf Course, which is flooding, correct?
Absolutely, and we are right in the bullseye of that 5-inch total of the map that you just saw, Elizabeth. And we just got here to Prestonwood. We're kind of on the exterior of the golf course at the moment. We're going to drive around, see if we can find any of those problem spots. But some viewers actually sent in some of the areas that have seen issues around Prestonwood, and we want to show you some of that video footage. Significant flooding along Turkey Creek there, and that all stems from Crabtree Creek and Crabtree Lake. And that's what's led to some of the issues that we're seeing around Prestonwood. And you combine that with Cary, which is a pretty urban area these days, and you're seeing some urban flooding. It's tough for all of this rain to really wash off of some of these roadways. Now, I do want to go back to the road here around Prestonwood. We're keeping an eye on this stream right here. Let me pull up the camera on the top of the WRAL storm tracker. We're going to rotate it for you. This is one of the cool features that we have on the storm tracker to show you what we are seeing right now. The creek is high, not up to the bridge though yet, which is great news, but certainly coming close to overflowing its bank. And we've got that band of heavy rain that's about to move back in. It's moving off to the northeast and headed right for Prestonwood to fill up the water even more, Elizabeth.
Yeah, getting really serious there in the western part of Wake County. And of course, we'll be watching for other parts of Wake County and the rest of the viewing area to see if we're going to see similar situations this afternoon. This is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we start to see some of the heavier rain picking up from Clinton to Goldsboro to Rocky Mount. Now, the one thing about this is we haven't seen much rain here yet today. So if we do see 3 or 4 inches, it's 3 or 4 inches, as opposed to we continue to see all this heavy rain falling in Wake County, and it's been falling for hours and hours. So just keep checking in with us on WRAL. WRAL, especially before you head out the door. If there's something you need to know, we'll be here telling you. 80% chance, obviously, today. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we still have a chance for afternoon and evening thunderstorms. And a quick look at the tropics. We still have the possibility of a system developing off the coast of North Carolina, but right now it looks like it's going to stay fairly well offshore. So it's not something that we're too concerned about. Of course, today is a WRAL Weather Alert Day, and we continue to have that chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms, not just today, but for the next few days. Again, keep checking back with us, as this is going to be a very changeable situation through the afternoon.